Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. Today's video is going to be a continuation of the Call of Cthulhu Investigators building video, where I'm building a 1920s investigator and taking you through the steps. We're going to handle the backstory step, fleshing out a backstory and personal description, and if this doesn't run very long, I was going to add in the equipment step. So equipping my character for the investigations to follow. So right now, I'm doing this all with the Keeper's rulebook, which is the only rulebook you need to play. But if you want a bigger variety as a player, the Investigator's Guide is recommended, but is not a necessity. Now, if you're not going to buy the core rulebook, the Player's Guide would be fine if you're just a player. But the core rulebook for the Keeper is everything you need to play a game and everything you need to run a game as a Keeper. So, personal description. So, looking at my appearance is low. My strength's pretty good, size is pretty good. My education's pretty good. So he's going to be muscular, and given his size, I'll make him tall. We'll go muscular, tall, and untidy because his appearance is low. Okay. Where are my dice at? There they are. Let's use the random tables to generate the rest of the stuff. I need a D10. That'll work. Ideology and beliefs. 2. I rolled mankind can do fine without religions. So an atheist, humanist, secularist, okay, next is significant people. Rolled a 2 again. Grandparent. So we'll say grandfather. We'll go grandfather Edmund. Taught him hunting. Gave him his proficiencies with the guns and boxing. Because he can, how I've designed the character, he can scrap with his skills, and he is good with, how I pictured him in my mind, he's good with a shotgun. He really learned how to bird hunt. Roll again for significant people. 10. So you roll twice on this. So second one is an NPC in the game. Determined by the keeper. So since I picked what the grandfather is, let's roll to see what randomness of the NPC in the game is. 4. I wrong them and seek recollection. Meaningful locations. 6. A place connected with your ideology belief. Okay. Interesting that there would be a place that I could connect mankind to and find without religion. Treasured possession. Roll a d10. 5. Okay. Something given to you by your significant person. Let's see. We'll go with a pocket watch. Traits. 8. Loyal. Injuries or scars. At the moment, don't have any, so we'd add that in as gameplay. Phobias or manias. Add that in as gameplay happens. Arcane tome spells and artifacts. Gameplay. Encounters with strange entities. None to speak of at the beginning, unless the keeper wanted us to have something to start with. So, looking at the way the credit rating works for 1920s, my credit rating of, I think it was 35, puts me in the average range. Credit rating between 10 and 49. For cash on hand, I'd have 2 times my credit rating. So let's confirm what my credit rating is. 35. So I'd have $70 on hand. My assets, I would have credit rating times 50. So 0, 25, carry the 2, 15, 1, 1,007. $7,750. So I have $1,750 worth of assets. And my spending level is $10. Which means as long as I don't exceed $10 in a day, I don't have to worry about keeping track of it. My credit rating, I don't need to make a check on it to see if I can buy it without it affecting my money. If we were in modern day, I would be between $400 and $1,900 for on cash, and I'd be 10,000. It's 1,000 times it, so I'd be 35,000 for my assets. My spending level would be $200. That just gives you an idea of how bad inflation is nowadays compared to what it used to be. So my accommodations probably have an average home or apartment. I would assume how young my guy is, he probably has an apartment, so we'll write apartment down under assets. Equipment list is $396 to $400, and weapons is $401 to $405. So let's start spending our assets on the equipment. So $396. So it goes clothing, meals if you were having meals out, speakeasy prices, always fun for the 1920s, lodging, okay, real estate, I could start with a prefabricated house instead, or do apartment. Average rent per week 10, so 40 per month. Wouldn't be bad. Medical equipment, outdoor travel gear, tents, tools, miscellaneous investigator tools, transport, my guy's going to have a used Buick, 1917 Buick. That will subtract $75 from my assets, but this is part of my assets, so it makes sense. So if you're doing 40 a month, 120. That's $480 per year. For an apartment. So, got my transportation covered, got my housing covered. And this would say his transportation through town. If he wanted to go out of town, he might take the option of taking a train or going by boat. It depends on where we're going, what we're doing. So let's go through and get some weapons. And by get some weapons, I mean he hunts, preferably birds, but he hunts and he uses a shotgun. So I want to get him a shotgun, some ammo for a shotgun, a knife that would fit for that. I would say he's done some deer hunting, but I wouldn't specify that as his specialty. I'd specify bird hunting as his specialty. So he is an avid skeet shooter and very good at that. So let's start with it's supposed to be over here as weapons, because that's just ammunition. He would carry a small knife on him at all times. So let's do a small knife. That would be $2. Okay. He would, when hunting, he would have a medium knife, a carving knife. So he does not have any handguns. He does not own any rifles at the start of this. What shotgun is he going to use? Nope, that's assault rifles. So we're gonna go, okay, so those are modern, can't use those two. So 12 gauge, 16 gauge, 20 gauge. So we'll go 12 gauge, 2 barrel. Okay. Its range. Okay, so it's regular, hard, extreme is 10, 20, 50. Damage is 4d6, 2d6, 1d6. Can get up to 2 shots per round. It can hold up to 2 shots. I did that wrong. Regular, hard, and extreme are what I need to roll. So range should be 10, 20, 50 there. So in this case, I need to go back, find my skill, and write it regular, hard, extreme. So that's not a big deal. We can fix that later. Malfunctions on a 100. Now let's go back to the knife and add those stats. So, small knife. So it does 1d4 plus damage bonus. Range would be, so 1d4 plus damage bonus. And then medium knife does 1d4 plus 2 plus damage bonus. Same thing, range nothing, attacks once, ammo no, ammo no. Malfunctions, 0 on those, which makes sense. Dodge is half your dex normally, so 45, so 22. My dodge is 22 at the start of the game. Need that over my combat section. Okay, so now I've equipped him with weapons, so that was $40. What was the medium knife cost? $2. And the small knife was $2. So $44 there. Okay. Let's get rid of that notification. There we go. So I've spent, out of my assets, I've spent 75, 120, 115, 120. I've spent $600, so I've spent almost half my assets so far. I don't need to spend all my money on assets right away, but I definitely want to buy some ammo for my shotgun. Let's see, I'd probably buy 100 rounds for the 12 gauge shotgun, because that's his shotgun for bird hunting. And he's going to have a little bit of ammo for it. Excuse me. So, excuse me. I think I would just leave the rest of the asset money to be handled later. as well as any other starting gear, because I need more context to building the character, and it's not something that I could just do out of the fly. The more context I need is, what's our starting scenario? Where are we going? Are we local or are we traveling somewhere? The more I know, the more I could spend the money in a thoughtful manner without spending all the money either, because hell, he has a used vehicle. So he lives in an apartment, so it's not like he's tied down that strongly to any one place or dedicated to having a vehicle that's very expensive. So this is as far as I've gotten on making this character. For the most part, I would consider him ready to be played. I'd spend a little bit more money on gear, like I was saying, if I knew the story trajectory where we were going with it. So this is my 1920s character. Hope you all enjoyed watching me make a 1920s character. I will be doing a modern character in the future. I don't know if it'll be next or if I'll start diving to the mechanics first and then do the character. But either way, look forward to seeing a modern era Cthulhu character as well. Until we meet again.